There we go. Cheers, Jeff.
Cheers.
Did you open it?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't hear it either.
And welcome everyone to the newest episode of You Hate to See It, as long as you are listening to us on the day that we upload this, because if you're listening to us 2 weeks later, it's not the newest episode anymore. I'm Adam.
I'm Jeff.
Hi, I'm Nick.
And we are still quarantined, so we are still recording via Faraway. And today I'm drinking all the Mike's Harders.
All of them?
All of them. I don't have a specific flavor I'm going for, but I'm doing all of them.
Huh.
I just have a Mike's, or not a Mike, St. Archer Gold. Because we had a very brief hardware difficulty where Jeff almost had to open up 2 beers again.
Yep.
That's the least amount that he would have had to open up, though.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah. I'm drinking Busch, and then also I have a Kentucky Mule, so we're sitting pretty.
Nice. So for today's podcast, I'd like to start with something.
How about we let Nick start?
Thanks,
No,
Jeff.
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking.
No, hey, no, let me, please.
Okay. No.
Real
Nick.
brief. It'll be real brief. I just got a call from work. So
No one cares. No. I stopped caring. Anyway.
I gotta work at 2 a.m. today. After getting 2 hours of sleep last night.
Well, I don't see how this is a problem, Nick. It's only 11 a.m. on Monday.
Well, then
If
I'm
anything,
getting
we're
fired.
live.
late.
Because we're live. That's news to me.
Okay. So something near and dear to my heart. The Xfinity. I just would like to take a moment
To get sponsored
let
by
you know. Sure. I'd like to take a moment to tell you what I think about Xfinity. Xfinity is the greatest disappointment I've ever dealt with. So let's just wind it back a month and a half to when Xfinity came out to give me some internet.
It's
To which they
a
said,
a little sample of internet. A little dab.
yeah, we had AT&T. They offered us 10 megabytes per second and said that's the best you can have. And I said, well, for the same price at Xfinity, we can get 600. So buy AT&T, cancel their AT&T. Xfinity came out to install our internet, and they were like, oh, so the electrical pole with all of the wiring and stuff is across your street. So we have to run a wire to your house across the street. I was like, okay. And they're like, we're sorry. It's going to be up to 14 days to do this. I was like, okay, annoying, but okay.
Ooh.
So the end of the 2 weeks comes and goes, and I haven't heard anything from Xfinity about them putting wiring across, and I have a gated driveway, so they would have to let me know anyway, so I haven't heard anything. So I contact Xfinity, and they say, oh, yeah, it got rescheduled. Excuse me, what? How'd you reschedule this? When I still didn't know, and they're like, oh, so
Hey,
apparently
you want to roleplay this part of you conversating with me? All right,
Sure.
I'll be the Xfinity person.
Okay. Hi, I was just wondering when you're going to do the drop wire. You said that you would do it within 2 weeks, and it's now been over 2 weeks.
Oh, yes. Have you checked to see if it's there?
Well, seeing as it's supposed to be buried under the ground, I can't really tell that. But if you think that's supposed to be wired up above, that's impossible because I have a 180-foot driveway, and you're not installing more electrical poles on my property.
Hi, this is the supervisor. Have you
Hold
tried?
on, let me have you talk to my supervisor.
Oh,
Hey,
oh,
one second,
If
sir.
you're
One
wondering,
second,
they're
sir.
already here.
One second.
They've been on the line the entire time.
One second, sir. One second, sir. Hey, Billie Jean.
It's probably an IT department. You know what my name probably is.
his name's Ramesh.
Hey, Meshi. How is this guy? How is this guy?
Oh, that is so racist.
How's this guy? This guy good? Like,
He seems like he just seems rude already.
got it.
We paid him for the time that he even wanted to get internet from us.
Sir. Have you tried turning it on and off again? Have you made sure the modem is plugged in?
Hold on. I just want to say, later on in this story, people do ask me if I've tried turning it on and off again. So...
We're getting there. You're ruining the roleplay.
They basically, in the end of that conversation, we're like, we've rescheduled your appointment. Well, why have you rescheduled my appointment? Well, because you didn't answer us. I'm sorry,
Yeah, I
what?
forgot about that one.
Oh, sir, we sent you 27 emails.
Yeah, so my dad is receiving these emails and thinking that they're just being sent to confirm our appointment for the equipment drop-off, which we can't get the equipment unless we have the internet to the house. So my dad thought that they were...
Signals?
Sir, we sent you at least 3 pigeons. We have the reports back. We sent you at least 3 pigeons.
Sir, I'm just going to the bottom of our instruction manual here, what we can do, and this is the last option.
It says we have to take out your appendix.
Please go fuck yourself.
So I was like, oh, well, no, we've never received them, lying because my dad has just not told me that we've gotten these emails about scheduling for them to drop the wire. And I was like, nope, no idea what you're talking about. So they finally were like, okay, well, we'll get someone out, but it's going to be about 2 more weeks because now we're have to put in a new request because it was rescheduled. I was like, okay, I hate you, fuck you, but fine. So 2
did
more
you try
weeks
putting
goes
in
by.
a new request yet?
2 more weeks go by. And I then taught, the Tuesday, so they were supposed to come out by a Wednesday. The Tuesday before, I check in and be like, has it happened yet? Because it's within the 2 weeks. Like, has it happened yet? Or what? And they're like, oh, we don't know what you're talking about. So I got to a supervisor and she was like, oh, I'll make sure I put this on as emergency. No, they haven't come out yet. We don't know why. It just keeps saying rescheduled. And I'm like, can you contact that department that needs to come do this? And she's like, oh, we don't have any contact with that department.
Oh.
Well, that seems like a flawed system within Xfinity that you can't you can't give me internet until another department that you can't contact does their job. So she was like, I put an emergency on this, so it should happen. And I was like, well, will it happen by tomorrow? And she's like, I can guarantee it will happen by the end of the week. The end of that week goes by, and the next week I contact them again. I'm like, where the fuck is this wire? And so I have this kid come in. His name is Joel. Super nice. First English-speaking native that I've been able to talk to out of all of this. So that was enjoyable to actually understand the person I'm speaking with. And he went and was like, we don't even have anything down. And he's like, it says right here that we're running wire over the street. And I was like, no, it goes under the street. along, like that's where all of our wires go because we have a 180-foot driveway. So why the fuck would you run the wire over the street? He's like, oh, we don't even have that in the system. He's like, we're just waiting for them to run the wire over the street. And I'm like, and it's taken over a month to do that? And he's like, well, I guess so. So he had to go in and put that, has to run under the street. And he was like, would you like to speak to my manager? Because I know, he's like, I can't help you with much. So I was like, okay. Talked to her, and she hacked in to their own department's schedule and rescheduled someone to come out the next day. So it's now been over a month of no internet, and this fucking guy comes out and he calls me and he's like, hey, so I am just here to run wire from the street to your house because you have such a long driveway. They still haven't run the wire under the street yet, and I can't do that.
Huh.
I'm like, excuse me, what? And he's like, so it's going to be another 2 weeks for them to run the wire under the street, and then I have to come back, run the wire from the street to your house, and then someone else has to come back to connect the internet to your house. What?
That's a
Why
fucking
does it
system. That's like
why
the
does it
U.S.
take
government.
Why does it take 3 separate departments and 3 separate people to do all this shit? And why is it taking a month and a half?
You know, have you ever heard of the Department of Veterans Affairs? Because that somehow sounds almost as bad as the VA.
I am about ready to murder everyone. And so I then, in that same conversation, get on with a different supervisor, and
Do they have more still?
Yeah.
Yeah,
At what point are you talking to the CEO?
and this supervisor says, oh, our bad. Turns out they overlooked us. So after the initial 2 weeks that my dad fucked up, then the next 2 weeks, they accidentally, skipped us.
Quote unquote accidentally.
So that's why it took so long, was because they accidentally missed us. And so I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So right now, I am at the end of week 1 of this new 2-week waiting period that I have to sit through. And I just want to commit suicide all day, every day at this point. Just because Xfinity. And Xfinity, if you listen, I would love to have a sponsorship from you just so I could turn you down.
Get the money, though.
Yeah, give us the money, and then I will give backhanded compliments throughout the entire ad.
Hells yeah.
But yeah, I am extremely pissed off at Xfinity. And speaking of being upset spaghetti, Nick's pool. That's
Yeah,
been
Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
So I'm fixing, okay. Nick, why don't you take over your pool story?
So, we had a pool in our backyard.
No. You're already
I've hated that pool since it was put in 3-4 years ago. My mom loves her pool. She's always had a pool. So if I hate the pool, she wants the pool, even though it hasn't been used in 2 years. We can't get her the pool. Well, whatever. Granted, if God came down and struck down the pool with a lightning bolt in front of my mother, she would blame me. Other than that, I hated that pool. So she wants it fixed. I'm like, okay, Adam will come over Sunday. He'll fix it. He'll get it running. Adam comes over at 9:30 in the morning. He looks at the stuff. We start draining it so that way we can fix the filter, whatever. We then go to the pool store, which apparently doesn't open until 11, but I didn't want to go back home.
The pool store?
Yes. So we then just, drove about half a mile per hour around a parking lot while eating Wendy's breakfast for an hour and a half.
It was,
Dude, hold on. Can we stop real quick? Because Wendy's breakfast is like the most lit thing I've ever
It
had
is
in my
fun.
life.
I didn't like the maple butter.
their maple butter was so fucking good.
I haven't had anything with maple butter.
The chicken was phenomenal.
I always get the breakfast. I always get the breakfast baconator, and then I always get like an order of the fucking potato wedges because those things are so good.
It was good.
I got a breakfast baconator, and then I got the croissant chicken with maple butter.
Their coffee is dog shit.
The maple butter just like, well, I don't really like butter in the first place, so that just sounds like.
It doesn't taste like butter; it tastes like maple syrup.
Mm.
But so
it's
imagine.
It's like a chicken and waffle type sandwich.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, so it tastes just like maple syrup, but it's not sticky and runny.
Hold on,
and
we need
gooey.
to start tweeting at Wendy's again and tell them that they need to make a sandwich where like the two things are waffles and then a piece of chicken. Oh my god. Wendy's, hit us up.
KFC does donuts and chicken.
I'm never eating that.
I had it once.
Well, okay, back to my story, because this story takes a long fucking time to get through. So,
I feel like it might not.
After driving through we sat in a parking lot for an hour after driving across said parking lot for a half hour.
I would completely stop and then take my foot off the brake and just see how fast my car went. And I sat there and ate food, just turning the wheel enough to not run into things. And just circling the parking lot.
Yeah. So we did that for an hour and a half, finally went in, realized they had none of the pool supplies, so then we drove 20 minutes to a different pool store. They said, hey, we would have these supplies, but everything's on like a 10-week back order. Here's one way you can do it, but it may not work. We'll see. It's like 50-50.
And if it doesn't work, you can't return anything. You're out $400.
Yeah. So, then we said, okay, let's go to this other
That's a
pool
fucking
store.
business plan if I've ever heard of one.
Let's go to this other pool store. I was like, okay, that one's a half hour away. So we go to that pool store. We are there for about an hour, trying to see how much it would cost just to put in a fucking pool.
A new pool, because the only filters that they had were for a pool about 2 feet smaller in diameter, which is a difference of roughly
like 200 gallons.
1,000 gallons.
Oh.
They were for 26, and your pool was like a 5,000.
Yeah. Anyway, every single filter, every single part was on a 13-week back order.
Except for the stuff for the smaller pool that we didn't have.
Yes.
We even tried buying a new pool, and they were like, you can't even buy a new pool right now.
For 13 weeks. So then
until August.
So then
Jesus fuck.
Adam's like, hey, what about a hot tub? I would love a hot tub. It'd be easier for my mom to get into. My grandmother could use it. We're 23. Anyone who comes over, we're just gonna sit in a hot tub and drink. We're just gonna sit there and drink. It's not like we're gonna.
Buddy, we need to have a conversation before you do
Kyle's already told me about what
Oh
happens.
God, buddy, you need to be careful about the drinking in a hot tub. That shit.
Kyle's already told me.
You can sit there for like half an hour and have like 3 beers, and you're like, because I think a beer in 10 minutes is something a normal human being would do.
Obviously.
But yeah, you'll sit there and you're like, I don't feel anything. I'm gonna get a beer, and you'll stand up, and then you'll get out of the pool or the hot tub, and you'll be like,
alcohol.
How does this work?
What is terrestrial navigation?
Could you imagine we start recording the podcast in a hot tub?
So,
like, if you get a hot tub, I want you to know we're doing a hot tub podcast.
I'm down.
With our new mics. We'll all set up a table outside and have our mics hanging in
so
front of us.
So Adam,
we have to have the jets off though, probably, because that might get real fucking annoying for audio.
One of the things that Adam made a stipulation of when like when the hot tub comes and like it was built in and everything. He's helping me build the deck and everything for dirt cheap. But that means he can come over and use the hot tub whenever he pleases, which means him and my mom are about to become best friends.
I'm the
Quote,
only one
unquote,
that's gonna be
friends.
friends with his mom.
Because he's gonna be over there and she's gonna be over there with just a case of mics, and I'm gonna get home after they've been drinking since like 10 a.m. and I'm just gonna be like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah,
So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Wait. Tell everyone about the phone call though.
Oh yeah. So we were looking at at this pool store. We were looking at hot tubs that would take 4 to
Looking
5
at?
weeks. Fuck
What
off.
are words for you?
This hot tub would take 4 to 5 weeks to come in. Maybe, could be 10 weeks, but maybe 4 to 5. So we looked at a couple hot tubs. There was one that was 10 grand, one that was 6 that Adam and I liked. And we're like, fuck it, yeah, we'll go with these. My mom's like, just goes, no, I will not drop 10 grand on a hot tub. And I'm like, oh.
No, remember when she said we asked how much money? Like, we asked at one point, what's the max we can spend? And she was like, I'd be willing to do a hot tub for $15,000 if it's big enough and it's nice enough.
I think she meant.
So then we found a hot tub that was $7,000 and a hot tub that was $9,000. And then
she's like, no, I'm not willing to drop that. But I think she thought I think she thought it was 1,500, not 15,000. So,
Dude,
but
your hangover days are gonna be lit.
Oh my god!
You can just wake up. You can just wake up hungover and get in the hot tub for like 30 minutes, and you'll be like fine. You can
I'm
literally
so
like
hyped
run.
to have a hot
You
tub.
can literally like DoorDash some hangover food. Go out to your hot tub, eat your hangover food in the hot tub.
they can deliver the food to your hot tub because you don't have a fucking lock on your gate to your backyard. So,
oh my god! Oh, I am so excited to have a hot tub.
yeah, now we're just. Oh yeah, we went to a fourth store. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we also went to Walmart.
But Nick, now you're never gonna move out from your mom's.
That is
As
true.
as soon as she said no, we were like, fine, let's go to Walmart because the place that we're at didn't have the shit for the pool either. And so we went to Walmart just to see what they had. Bought $250 worth of shit. Drove back to Nick's house for me to explain everything that Nick had already explained to his mom, because the fact that she was paying me money makes me more trustworthy. And then now we're getting a hot tub, and we just demolished the pool today.
Adam also worked on a gas line that he may or may not have been qualified to work on.
Hey. If the company I work for would have come out, we would have been qualified. I came out as a human being, and just on my own, without working under my business, I am not qualified, but my business is.
And I didn't pay Adam to do it. I gave money to a friend, and he just so happened to work on my gas line. And also, I have a water damage under my house.
That was.
I have severe water damage under my house.
Yeah, that was like I had to go into
the house.
Yeah, I had to go into his crawl space to turn the gas off, so I could work on the gas line. That actually I didn't work on. Wink, wink.
Nudge,
and for legal purposes, I have to say I didn't work on it.
Yeah.
And I look and I was like, Nick, do you know that there's water down here? And he's like, no. And he's like, how old is it? And I was like, well, the water's new, but the damage is old. And he's like, oh. so.
Yay! Fuck me.
But yeah, we demolished the pool. We took it all out and hauled it away. And now it's sitting in my driveway. And yeah, we're building a deck soon.
Yep.
Yeah, here we're about to have a fucking large ass amount of people doing it, possibly.
If it's the deck, it would just need to be the three of us and possibly Sean. If it's the pavers, it would be a lot of people because that's just a slow process. So
pavers always look nice, though.
Yeah, but a deck
pavers,
would.
I guess.
Yeah, a deck would be, well, they would have to match the pavers that they already have.
Yeah, that's the problem.
A deck would just be easier to do with less people, while pavers we have to raise the ground level.
It would also
up
look
and
nicer.
shit, and... Yeah, if we do the deck, we don't have to worry about leveling the ground.
I am not
So-
looking forward to digging holes in that fucking cement dirt.
Get a hole digger. That's literally what hole diggers are made for.
Yeah, we could just rent a hole digger from Home Depot.
I don't mean like an automated one. I just meant get one yourself, like the manual. But
Oh, a post hole digger?
yeah, there you go.
I have 4 post hole diggers, so yeah, we could do that, or we could rent an.
Because if there's 4 of us and we have 4 post hole diggers, we could literally do like.
Yeah, as long as we know where the posts are going, we could just fucking dig them.
We full send.
It's gonna be about 12 by 12 foot deck, so.
I'm super excited just to have a fucking hot tub. Like, I can't explain how hyped I am to literally just come home from a long day of work, of reading comics.
Drunk off of 2 beers.
Yeah, get drunk off it. It's economical, really, in every sense of the word. It's very economical.
Yeah, that might be the best part. Is it's just like giving blood before going to a Renaissance fair. That way you get drunker faster.
Wait, what?
That's what we did. When Garrett and I went to the Renaissance fair almost a year ago at this point, we I didn't, but Garrett gave blood, and if you gave blood, you got a free ticket into the Renaissance fair. And then he bought half the amount of alcohol that I did and got drunker than me.
Hell yeah.
So what happens when you're missing like a pint of blood?
Yeah, so I'm like
How much do they take? I think they only take a pint.
I think
or
it's a
something
pint,
like that.
yeah. Because you have like 8 pints in your body or something.
Yeah.
I need to
all
give-
I know is if I can give blood to get free tickets to any place that I have to buy alcohol at, I am doing it.
I need to get blood drawn before I get another tattoo.
There's 10 units of blood in your body.
Ooh.
If you would like to know what a unit is, I also would know.
I think it's a pint. But no, I need to get my blood taken because I have really high red blood cell count. So I have like more iron in my body than I need. So if I just give blood, it like just takes care of the entire problem.
You have an average of approximately 1.2 to 1.5 gallons of blood in your body.
How much do they take out when you give blood?
That's what I'm trying to find out, but they don't fucking...
I think it's a pint. Because I do double red. Double red is basically where they take out a pint, they centrifuge it, pump the platelets and red blood and white blood cells back into your body, and then take another pint. And then do it again, and then pump it back into your body again.
Doesn't that mean they're only taking the plasma?
Yeah,
If
that's
they're
what they
pumping
need.
this blood?
That's what they need. They need the plasma. Plasma is what
So
you
you
need
do-
when you give blood.
So you donate plasma.
Yeah, I donate plasma. I don't donate all full blood because I'm O. I'm O negative, and O negative can do that.
Huh, I've never given blood before, and I'm also O negative.
I
so-
thoroughly enjoy it.
Or I'm one of the O's. I don't know which one I am.
I thoroughly enjoy giving blood.
O negative's one of the most rare.
I'm afraid
It's
of needles.
It's near
so that's
universal.
why I don't
So
do
am I. So am I. I'm terrified of giving blood.
When I was younger and they would have to do the finger pricks, I would scream and cry because I just
Same.
don't like it.
Same. No, you don't understand. I'm terrified of giving blood. Like I'm.
It's not the giving blood that scares me. It's the having a needle in me that scares me.
Oh.
I don't like getting. I don't do shot. I do my best to not have to get shots done. I'm one of those people that still to this day bring something to like clench when I give shot or when I get shots.
So I don't give a shit about giving blood because I've been giving blood since I was 16. But I was also my sister's final like test because she got her degree in phlebotomy, which is giving shots and taking blood. And I was literally her final project. She's like, hey, I need someone to like donate blood for my final project so I can just like do it and like, get certified. And it was like, all right. So I just showed up and she literally just drew blood from me.
Yeah, no, to this day, I think when I had to go get shots for college, first of all, they didn't tell me, like, I got had a few shots, and then like a week before I went to school, I got a letter saying, oh, you're not allowed to even show up unless you get all these shots, and there was 8 shots that I needed to get, and they're like, you can't show up to school until you have all these shots done. I had a week.
Did I ever tell you about how getting a meningitis vaccine almost killed me?
No.
That sounds fun.
So, Nick probably remembers this, but well, yeah, because it happened while I was your roommate. Because I have like CTE, so I had like a super bad concussion and everything, so I took a year off from school. So around like May, right before like May of my year off, so I would have started in August at Western. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Have I been cutting out?
Listening, no.
Okay. My
You're
Discord wasn't lighting up, and I was like, oh. But so yeah, that May, while I was working, I got really, really lightheaded out of nowhere, and I like fainted. Woke up in the hospital. They just like told me I was dehydrated, which is absolute bullshit. Because anyone that knows me, I'm a person who literally is one of those fuckers that carries a gallon of water around with them all day and like is constantly like chugging water. So I was like, oh, that's weird, but whatever. Went on with my life. Went back to work like 3 days later, but when I showed up for work, I felt like absolute shit. I didn't even get to punch in yet, and they were like, dude, you just go home. Like, you don't even look like a real human being. Didn't even make it out of the store, passed out again. So went back, they did like MRIs and stuff on like my head and stuff, and my head, like, my brain was fine. Just released me, whatever. Gave me some like migraine medication that I had to like take every day. So while I was at Western around like in September, this like type of thing happened again, and I passed out. So I went to the hospital. They checked me out. They're like, there's a possibility that you have MS, which is like primarily in females.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. So my sister was like going through because my sister's like a nurse. So my sister was like looking through like everything that like had happened to me and was like trying to figure out where this could have gone wrong. What apparently happened was because I got the same letter you did, Adam. Like, you can't show up till you get these shots.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the meningitis shot, which I'm not anti-vax because I think that shit's stupid. But apparently, because my brain hadn't fully healed from my concussion yet, and if you guys don't know what meningitis is a virus that attacks the brain and causes your body's like organs to start to shut off and like fail to try to protect your brain. So what was happening was my body got the vaccine, and my body, because of my brain, reacted wrong and thought it was like the actual virus. So it was an
overreaction.
Yeah, so my body was trying to fight off a virus that wasn't real. Mm-hmm. So like I would always, every time I pass out, I would like literally go paralyzed from my legs down for like however long till like it was usually like a couple hours or something. So we found out that my body just reacted wrong to the meningitis shot. It was like trying to fight it off as the actual virus. So my body like reacted as in, like, oh fuck, you have the virus. Like, let's start shutting down.
I mean, that's the only possible solution.
And then the doctors think you have MS.
Well,
so, Jeff, basically what your body was doing was...
To go without saying where we went to school, that hospital's not known for being very good.
Oh, yeah, job. No. They are awful. Yeah, I'd never go there.
So, Jeff, basically your body was turning itself off and on again. It was...
Yeah. Well, it was turning itself off, and then I'd get turned back on again in the hospital, so...
Yeah, no, all I had to do was in one day get all the shots, and they were like, this isn't healthy or recommended, right? And I was like,
Well,
yeah,
because
but
you
they
go
won't.
high for like 2 days.
And I was like, yeah, they won't let me go to school though, which I'm leaving for school in 3 days at this point. So I need you to give me all the shots right now. And they were like, oh, okay. Like they literally made me sign a form and have to give them consent. And they went and they did 2 shots in one arm, 2 shots in the other arm, and then they went back and forth, giving me about a 5-minute break in between. But the next day I like couldn't even lift my arms up. They were
Well, yeah, that's a lot of drugs to put into your body.
Well, so the meningitis and tetanus shots are the worst to get from the fact of your body,
thick, right?
Well, it's because because of for some reason in the injection area, you. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Like what Adam said, you lose it. I don't know. It's not even sore, but it's just you can't utilize them without discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in high school I got them, and it was during 2-a-days or something, and I went to practice the next day, and I was like, oh my god, I'm how do I even use my arms during this? I might as well have just been a guy standing there and then just flailing dead arms around. Just.
I remember when I was younger, or when we were all younger, I guess, tetanus shots hurt more because they were a thicker gauge of needle, because it was a thicker fluid.
Yeah, there's something about because also tetanus is lasts a super long time.
Yeah,
lasts 10 years or something.
Yeah.
Tetanus is flesh eating,
fucking
right?
shots are. What?
Isn't tetanus flesh eating?
Yeah, so you get it from
rust.
Rust.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
It's
know.
a
Yeah,
weird one.
We had a small scare not that long ago because we're building a fence on the other side of my property.
What is tetanus?
And I we're using just pre-built sections of fence to put it up, in their old fence, because they're just scraps that we keep finding or something. And we cut parts of the fence off to make it fit, and the nails were sticking up. And I was running around because I was the only one working, and I stepped directly on it and it punctured my foot. I walk over and I'm like, Dad, so just to let you know, I can feel the blood pooling in my foot right now, but I'm almost done with what I'm doing. So can you really quickly help me? And then can we deal with the fact that my foot's bleeding out from stepping on a rusty nail?
Oh.
And yeah, that was a fun bit of him being have you gotten your tetanus shot? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Oh.
That was 5 years ago.
So tetanus is a potentially fatal bacterial infection that affects the nerves.
No.
It causes painful muscle contractions that particularly are in the jaw and neck, which can interfere with the ability to breathe, eventually causing death.
Nice. That's the only way to go.
No.
True.
Isn't strep also flesh eating?
Well, I don't think tetanus is from what I saw, but I don't think. What'd you say, strep?
Yeah.
Nick, you want to know what else is flesh eating? Cannibals, but we don't seem to be too concerned about that.
It would help if I spelled strep correctly. How the fuck do you spell? Oh my god! Put the R in. Fuck. No, it's just severe sore throat.
Isn't the flu flesh eating?
Fuck off! Fuck off, Adam.
Is the flu flesh eating?
Why am I getting so much hate?
Well,
after
I
this,
misspelled eating, so let's go.
What about the common cold? Is that flesh
Hold
eating?
on,
As well?
there's a fucking article about why flesh-eating bacteria can look like the flu.
Oh,
holy shit!
Well
No,
then,
I'm gonna continue with ad blocker because I don't go. Arizona woman who initially diagnosed with the flu turned out to have a life-threatening infection with flesh-eating bacteria. Oh, this is a lot to read, boys. No, I don't want live updates from your bullshit fucking. I don't even. Well, it says live science. I'm gonna assume that's a newsworthy source, but she had flu-like symptoms and pain in her upper arm because that's flu-like. Was diagnosed with the flu and initially treated for the viral infection, but her pain continued to get worse until it was like unbearable. 2 days after the flu diagnosis, she was rushed to the hospital. Aries, get away from those rappers, you giant fuck. Where she had surgery to treat. What do you want? Why are you pawing at me? Aries is about to be climbing my shoulders, boys, and that's gonna fucking hurt. If any of you wanted to know, my dog is about 95 pounds and should not be sitting on anyone's shoulders. What do you want? What do you want? Sorry, I have to give my dog attention while now scrolling and reading this. She had a serious bacterial infection that destroyed skin and muscle tissue, but it doesn't really tell me why. Why you like this? Yeah, so apparently you can have things that flesh-eating flu. It's a thing.
Interesting.
It's not the flu, but they will diagnose you with the flu until you die from flesh eating. Thank you, Aries, for fucking off. Oh God, he's not fucking off. I'll be back.
While Jeff fights for his life from his dog, if
I also have a dog somewhere. Hey, where's my dog? Nutmeg.
While
I don't know
Nick
where my dog is.
while Nick goes to find his dog to have sex with, and Jeff fights off his
Oh,
dog
hey,
in
puppy.
a vicious battle, I'm gonna let you all know
This vicious battle
that
is
you
him
need
gnawing
to,
on my fucking hand. God damn it!
you all need to go.
Hi, puppy.
Follow us on Twitter at YOUH82CIT. You can also go to anchor.fm/H82CIT for all of our links because we are available wherever you listen to podcasts. We upload as audio form on all podcast sites.
Saved.
Was it caramel?
Nice. On
Fuck
on
no,
all
I'm not
podcast
saved
sites,
if that happens.
on all podcast sites on Monday, 11 a.m. Central Time, and then we upload on Fridays, 11 a.m. Central Time on YouTube. So if that's more of your bag, baby, then sure. I don't remember if there's anything else I have to say.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah.
He was a good puppy. Oh god, it's getting worse.
Oh no.
Already fucked off again.
Oh, I heard that.
Oh,
That was
okay.
him shaking his head.
Well, after all of that, bye.
Our podcast.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
When I talked
Ladies and
to a
gentlemen,
different
time. Oh, never mind. OBS counts it for us. Never mind. Continue.
hold on, let me mark.
For the record, we're at 12 minutes.
No, we're not.
Oh.